Hello, this is my Module 3 reflection. So I'm going to start out with the Wesh lecture and what I thought. Some things that stood out to me were how he compared ABC, the TV channel, to YouTube. I thought it was kind of interesting how, ABC has all these producers that produce their videos, whereas YouTube, they're self-producers. They don't really use producers. And yet YouTube, how many videos are out there compared to ABC is pretty amazing. Another thing was how fast these videos spread on YouTube. You post a video and within seconds, all around the world, your video is being watched. Yeah, that's cool. Also how YouTube got started, where someone posted their song and then all of a sudden people, started to use the webcams and dancing, and I mean, that was kind of cool. 15% of videos on YouTube are remixes. I knew there was a lot of, remakes out there of videos on YouTube, but I didn't know 15% were. And then something that was not surprising to me was the age group kind of in which most users are youth. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And then 88% of videos are new or original. So those are some of the things that stood out to me in the Wesh lecture. And then what that means for me as a teacher in the future, I'm gonna have to keep up to date with all this technology. Otherwise, I get behind, and my students are ahead of me, and it's just going to create a better learning environment if both teachers and students stay up to date with technology. And then bookmarking, I use the site Delicious for my bookmarking. I think it was a great site to keep things organized, very accessible and easy to use. So that's what I use for bookmarking. And then my podcast, I chose the TeacherCast podcast. Kind of talks about technology in today's classroom and for students and teachers. They mentioned, how we're switching from a tool-focused classroom to a content-focused classroom, and I agree with that. And they mentioned TPAC, the models that teachers go by. He mentioned, usually they look for two components there in the TPAC model within a teacher. Now they're throwing in technology to make sure that teachers have all three of those components. And then social media in the classroom, I think, is a great idea. I think it's going to become more popular in the classroom here in the near future. I think it's a good idea to, have that because, just to introduce it to young kids so, they learn how to post things safely and, learn kind of how to be responsible on those social media networks. So that's my reflection for Module 3 and learning about Web 2.0.